Today I'm working on a 2006 Kia Sorento. We're going to be changing the spark plug wires and the ignition coils and replacing the spark plugs. First, you want to remove the engine cover. On the driver's side, you want to remove this bracket. There's a bolt here, a bolt here, and a bolt down there. So we're going to undo this vacuum line. That's going to go right there, and that will give us enough room to take this bracket and just kind of put it off to the side. And then next, you want to remove this cover. You're going to have the bolt that goes here and here and some back here. So remove this cover to give you a little more room. Take off this bracket. Here are your ignition coils once you got the cover off. And what you're going to do, you got a bolt here and you got a bolt here. Loosen those and disconnect this, and this will pop out and you have a spark plug under there. Same procedure for this one. 2 bolts, undo this, pop this out, there's a spark plug down in there. Same procedure over here. Alright, so I slid this off. Also slide off your ignition wire. Again, only doing one at a time. You don't want to get these mixed up with these other coils. So we got that off, we got that off, we got the bolt off. We want to remove this last bolt. Right. And this should just pop right up. Okay. There's your ignition coil. Set this off to the side. And down in there is your spark plug. You're going to take your 5/8 spark plug socket with a couple of extensions and remove the spark plug. Now, sometimes you have the issue of these spark plugs falling out of the rubber boot in the socket, and then you have a hard time getting these spark plugs out. If you have that issue, just grab a telescoping magnet and you can grab the top of the spark plug and pull it right on out. We got a spark plug, we have the new one here. Let's get that in. Got the new plug in. Now just put this one back on. Push that down till it's firm on the plug, and then put your bolts back, put the clip back in, put the coil back in, go to the next one. Alright, so now we're going to do the spark plug wires. Alright, so I already did 2 of the 3 spark plug wires. The third, you're going to have to remove this air intake. It's difficult to even try to get the spark plug wire in or out with this here. That being said, you want to remove this bolt, Looks like one right there. It should be another one down in here. I'm going to slide that back, and this will give you enough room to get that spark plug wire in. So let me show you. First, you're going to remove this bolt, and then there's one here and one over here. Remove this plate. It's going to be 12mm socket. Place the bracket to the side. Now you're going to have the cover over the spark plug wires. You're going to have a bolt here and a bolt up here and there, and two back up in here. It's going to be 10mm. Remove these bolts. After you got all your bolts removed, remove your cover, and there is your spark plug wires. Now this one and the one back here I already did. I have to get to this one, which again, this blocks it, so we're going to remove this with these 4 bolts. Alright, so to get a better grip on these bolts, I'm going to remove this air hose. So loosen that. Just tuck that off to the side. And now we can get these 4 bolts. And these are 12mm. Alright, now that I got the bolt out, you have a little more work room. You can slide that right on out. You know, put a new one in and change the spark plug first. Alright, got the new spark plug in. I want to take the new spark plug wire and just slide that in, push it down on the plug, and then you're going to take this wire and you're going to run it along the back of the engine over to your ignition coil. Make sure it goes into the right ignition coil. Follow the wires. And now that I got the spark plug wire in, I'm going to just bolt this back on. And I would say, as you're putting these bolts in, tighten them in a star pattern. Top right, bottom left, top left, bottom right. Alright, this back bolted on. Pop your hose back on. Clamp these clamps back down. Alright, got my spark plugs in, got the spark plug wires in. Now it's time to slide the cover back on. Now when you slide the cover back on, you want to make sure these wires are pushed down into this divot. And that being said, let's go ahead and slide the cover on. Alright. Matching the curvature of the cover. just going to slide that back in here. And once you get your cover back in there, just match up the bolt holes there, and put all your bolts back in. Alright, now let's put that metal bracket back on. Alright, now let's get the cover that goes over the coils on. Again, make sure you do not bump any of these off. Alright, got the cover back on. Now let's this clamp here that we took off, let's bolt that back on. And then we'll place this bracket back on. Bolt back on your cover, and you're good to go.